Unity Fitness Lacrosse. And today we're going to talk a little bit about core training and core exercises. So as you know, if you go to a gym, you know that there's a ton of core exercises out there. But are all of them good for you? The answer is no, and that's because not all of them are actually core exercises. Even though you might feel like your core is working, aka what you might think is just your abdominal muscles up here, it's not. Your core is the generation of all of the things that you can stabilize in your body to transfer force, okay? So more specifically, we're thinking like torso, but a little bit more into the hips because we're involving the glutes, which are the king of the core, okay? And then we're also involving a lot of the muscles that are surrounding like your rib cage and your torso down here, your intercostals, your obliques, things like that. All right, so first and foremost, for a proper core, you want to make sure you're breathing correctly and not up here with your shoulders, but we'll save that for another video, okay? We'll not do that today. What I want to talk about is 3 exercises that you might be doing at a gym or you might be told from somebody else to do at a gym, like a trainer or a coach, that maybe is not up to speed or up to snuff in all the stuff, the research that we see out there, okay? So one thing we do here at Unity Fitness is that we are effective and we are efficient. So we're not just going to put something in an exercise program or something in like our class just to have it kind of fill the void and be an ab exercise to make everybody happy. We want to make it the best bang for your buck possible. So we're going to show you 3 exercises that you might be doing at your gym, or maybe you're following along with some video, but we're also going to give you modifications for those or a change of pace in exercises that are way more effective and efficient than the 3 exercises that you're doing. We're going to cover the sit-up, we're going to cover windshield wipers, and we're going to cover Russian twists, okay? Let me start by this. First and foremost, the core is not just your abs. I've already touched base on that. Secondly, a lot of us feel like we're doing more core ab work when we do like rotation stuff, right? But the problem is, in our lower back, our lumbar spine, we're thinking like the lower part of your back here, that's only meant to turn so many degrees left or right. Up to 12 max, okay? So we're not meant to be able to turn our low back all the way through, and that way, that's what our hips are for. That's what our thoracic spine, our T-spine, is for up here, okay? When you start turning down here, you start getting low back pain. And then you keep developing low back pain, and you keep low back pain. So if you want to get really good at dysfunction and really good at developing low back pain, please keep doing these 3 exercises, okay? Especially the windshield wiper and the Russian twist, and don't do anything else, okay? That's what that's good for. It's not good for the core. Let me tell you why again. It's that rotation. Your body's actually better at anti-rotating or anti-extending from preventing that motion, and anti-flexion, so preventing this motion, and anti-lateral flexion from preventing those motions. So there's also that one you see people doing like the dumbbells where they're holding weights and bouncing side to side. Terrible. But we're just not even going to talk about that one today, okay? We're going to go over windshield wipers, sit-ups, and Russian twists. And we're going to give you a modification for each. So, what is a windshield wiper? That's the one where you sit on you lay down your back, arms go up to the side, and the trainer or coach will tell you to go side to side here. So first of all, what am I doing? Well, I feel some really good cracking and popping going on my back, and I'm kind of sloppy with this one. Why? Because I'm trying to keep my spine stable. You're not meant to rotate side to side like that. So what's really happening there is that you're actually rotating through your low back, and you're turning on all of your low back muscles to try and prevent this going to the floor, and you're going back and forth. The hard part is that we thought these exercises were really good for us for a long time, and now we see that it's not, because our lumbar spine is taking the beating of it, and it's only meant to rotate those 12 degrees like we talked about, okay? Mike Boyle, who's a super coach among our fitness industry, is the first one that kind of really started pushing this, him and Stuart McGill, okay, basically the back doctor, okay? So, instead of doing a windshield wiper, what I want you to do is do a side plank, but I want you to own the side plank. So we're going to add a little something to it. You grab a nice heavy kettlebell or a nice heavy sandbag. I'm actually going to have you start in the bent knee position. You're going to get it nice and close. Tuck the shoulder blades together, brace, bridge, pull that kettlebell or sandbag back to make a nice stacked position. And now I have force trying to pull me down along with myself trying to pull up. Okay? So I'm resisting this on this side, then I'll flip over and resist it on the other side, okay? So I'm preventing that motion. Remember what I talked about before? Our core is best utilized to actually anti-movement, okay? Anti of those things. So I'm preventing my body from collapsing in or collapsing out on the side with the side plank. And I'll switch over to the other side, okay? Let's talk about the Russian twist. So a Russian twist is that one where you'll sit up, and then if you're good enough at it, you'll lift your legs, and then if you're even better at it, you'll grab a weight like a medicine ball, and you'll rotate side to side like this. Okay, and your legs might move a little bit, but guess what's shifting here? Unless you have phenomenal upper body mobility, like I actually have a little bit of it, okay, which isn't always good, you're going to go through your low back. And that's where you'll start doing this. You think, oh, I'm getting tired, so my low back's starting to hurt, so drop the weight. But you'll still continue the motion. Oh, I'm getting tired, so drop the legs. You're still going through your low back there, okay? That's not good. And our body's not meant to do that. Our low back's not meant to do that. So, really great exercise instead. Get in a nice tall kneel position. Lock in your torso, okay? So I'm squeezing the glutes, the king core muscle. Locking the abs down, ribs down, okay? Nice good posture. You have a nice resistance band set up to the side of you. Bring it out in front. You're going to press, blow out the candle, pull it back in while maintaining that proper posture all the way through. Going for 10 reps. Then I'll flip over to the other side. While I'm doing that, my toes are dug into the floor. I make a nice A, okay? I'm making a nice A with my hips. Nice solid form, staying nice and tall with that posture. Then I do 10 on the other side. That band wants to turn me to the side, but I'm using all my core muscles to keep me straight ahead. Anti-rotation, way more effective, way more efficient at developing core strength. The sit-up, this is that third and final movement, okay? We just went over the windshield wiper, replaced it with the side plank, went over the Russian twist, replaced it with the tall kneel anti-rotation. If you're following along, this is now our sit-up, okay? So going over the classic sit-up, right? Either hands behind the head, sitting up, or hands across, doing kind of the crunch style. Either way, guess what? Those things aren't very effective, very efficient. They're a good test of muscular endurance to an extent, if done properly. Maybe getting a pad underneath your low back. There's several things that go on there, okay? But they aren't necessarily beneficial for your core, okay? They actually hurt your low back, especially if overdone. So what we want to do is introduce you to another exercise called the dead bug. Dead bug. Basically, we're going to go into the anti-extension now. Lying on your back. I want you to think that you feel a bug crawling beneath your low back. You squish it so you flatten out your back. You're going to keep your ribs down, belly button pulled into the spine, knees right above the hips. You'll lower one foot down, exhale, so blow out that candle, but keep that integrity in the core. Keep that belly button down, those ribs down. Bring it back up. That's too easy. Extend the leg. Keep that body in line here. You can see me shaking. And back up, okay? So a super effective exercise where we're preventing our body from popping forward, we're preventing our back from coming off the floor there. That's anti-extension. Way more effective, way more efficient than a sit-up. Probably one of the best core exercises you'll ever do is a dead bug, okay? We have 5 different variations. That was 2 and 3 that I showed you right there, okay? So again, we've just showed you windshield wipers, sit-ups, and then also the Russian twist. They're not good exercises, okay? They're really good at hurting your low back, but they're not good exercises. They're not effective. They're not efficient in developing core strength. So if you want to build an effective and efficient core, you want to switch over to these exercises and start having your core work for anti-rotation, anti-extension, and anti-lateral flexion, things like that. Planks are phenomenal exercises. Don't underutilize those. Don't run away from them. They're great, okay? These are 3 exercises that we do a lot here. We don't do any of those 3 exercises that we showed you before. We have in the past, but there's new stuff out there. There's new research. There's new development that's showing that those aren't very good. They're not good at all unless you're looking for that low back and hip pain, okay? Once again, I'm Jordan Rudolph. I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. Come check us out and see how we are improving the way fitness is done in the La Crosse area.